You're on record calling for the repeal of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. In 2013, you co-sponsored a bill with your Senate colleague and former Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz that would defund Obamacare. But the ACA has some components that Americans have said they like. So do you still believe Obamacare should be repealed? And if so, with what specifically will you replace it?
Yeah, as you know, Karen, I've never said repeal without replace, because I think we have to replace it. I don't think the health care system was in good shape before the Affordable Care Act. It's certainly in worse shape now. The liberal Democratic governor of Minnesota just said the Affordable Care Act is anything but affordable. This is just in the last week. Bill Clinton just said in the last week, it's crazy. It's not working for middle-class families. Ted Strickland supports it strongly. In fact, he said it's wonderful. He said Obamacare is something we should celebrate. Well, a 91% increase. That's the average increase for families in Ohio, the individual market in Ohio. That's a $200 a month increase just since Obamacare went into effect. Think about that. Think of all the small businesses that now are struggling to provide health care because the costs have skyrocketed. The exchanges aren't working. The insurance companies are leaving. There are many counties now, 30% in America, in southern Ohio, where there's only one insurance company, no competition. This is not working for Ohio families. People tell me, a woman named Joanne recently wrote to me from Dublin, Ohio, saying, I've got health care, but I don't have health care because now my deductible is so high, it's like I don't even have health care because it's $6,000 out of pocket before anything kicks in. So this is not working for anybody. It has to be replaced. I think both candidates, Ted Strickland and Rob Portman, know that. We have to know that. It's not working for Ohio. We have to replace it with something that is patient-centered. It gets more competition into the system. It gives people more choice. It does keep some of the good parts of the Affordable Care Act. The best part, I think, is that pre-existing conditions. If you have a pre-existing condition, you can't be denied health care coverage. You can do that without turning the health care system upside down, as the Affordable Care Act has done.
Governor Strickland.
I celebrate the fact that over 800,000 Ohioans have insurance coverage through Obamacare. I celebrate that. You know, Senator, I suppose it's easy for someone like you who gets subsidized, government-subsidized health care, to talk in such a cavalier, casual manner about people who, before Obamacare, had no access to health care. Now, it's not a perfect bill, but it's a good bill. And it's one that we ought to fix, improve, but we ought to keep. And what the senator is suggesting, if you repeal it, you allow insurance companies, once again, to charge women more than men for health care. You allow insurance companies to say, if you've got a pre-existing condition, we're not going to insure you. That's a big problem. And so we need to improve it. We can do that. But the senator has voted to repeal it. And I've never seen any kind of replacement as a part of any vote that he's ever cast. So it's a good thing. I'm so proud of Governor John Kasich for having the wisdom to expand Medicare coverage, only possible because of Obamacare. You couldn't expand Medicare coverage without Obamacare. So I'm very excited about the fact that we are moving toward a time in America where fewer people have to worry about whether or not their kids have access to care, whether or not they'll have care if they have a pre-existing condition. And so I support Obamacare, a big difference between the two of us.
Senator Portman.